Hey guys, Chef Jason working with Colorado Department of Agriculture and my friends at Colorado Proud. Today, it is pork and hominy stew, celebrating Colorado pork. I'll tell you, we've got a great dish to really ring in fall, but I'll tell you what, I eat this all year long. We're gonna cook it in the Dutch oven on our burner. We've got a lot of solid ingredients. Let's get cooking. Starting off with that beautiful Colorado pork, and I actually went with pork loin today just to keep it a little bit leaner and to give my chili a little bit different texture, but pick your favorite cut of pork and that'll do fantastic. We've got red bell peppers, green bell peppers, some of those beautiful roasted Pueblo chilies, some yellow onion as well, and then look at this is kind of cool. We've got fire roasted crushed tomatoes, which is gonna give that stew a huge depth of flavor. Then we cooked off some hominy in our pressure cooker. We cooked this from dried, so that's gonna add a really good flavor, texture, and everything to it. Then going with a little bit of cumin, a little bit of chili powder, some of our bayou dust. Then we're gonna add chicken stock to it, as much or as little as we need. But look at that right there. This is my trade secret. Don't tell anyone, don't tell anyone. We're gonna thicken this with a little bit of masa, which adds just amazing texture and flavor. Then, you guys, we're cooking today in the Dutch oven. So you could do this on the stove, you could do this in your smoker, you could do this on your grill, charcoal grill, whatever, but we're gonna go low and slow. Let this simmer for just a little bit. We start off just preheating our Dutch oven. We're gonna add our oil in there. First step is gonna be saute off all of our peppers and onions until they just start to caramelize and get a little bit of color. That's gonna build some of that foundation of flavor and make this chili very well-rounded, if you will, right? So we'll go ahead, give these guys a saute. And when they caramelize and just get a little bit of color, we'll come back and show you step number 2. Here we are, we got a little bit of color on these guys, and this is probably about 4 to 5 minutes in. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add the pork. I've got 3 pounds of pork right here, and I'm gonna cook the pork now until it is about half cooked. My secret to speed up a little bit of that cook time, I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on here, and then we'll come back when this is about halfway cooked. There we are half cooked on the pork. Now it is time to season it. Hey, you know what we always say, season as light or as heavy as you want. I'm gonna start off with a couple tablespoons of bayou dust, a little bit of that Cajun. I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of chili powder, just giving it a good chili flavor. And then cumin. I feel like cumin less is more, right? Just a hint of cumin is absolutely beautiful. We'll give that a little mix, get that in there. Next, we're gonna add those 3 cups of hominy. Oh, so good. We're gonna add those Pueblo chilies in there, and we are going to add those fire roasted crushed tomatoes. Now, we'll go ahead and mix this all up, get it stirred in good, and then we're gonna add the chicken stock to it next. Now, I will tell you this, chicken stock, you add as much or as little, right? It's all about the thickness or brothiness of your stew. So if you want it thinner, add more. You want it thicker, add less, all right? But I'm gonna go ahead and add that. My rule of thumb sometimes when I make stews is I like the stock to cover the ingredients, just like this. And I know that is going to reduce a little bit, and it's, I want my stew to be a little bit thicker. So we're gonna go ahead and cover this now, and we're gonna let this cook for probably about 15 minutes just to let some of those flavors come together. Here we are right after that 15 minutes, and I wanted to just get everything mixed together, right? Let everything get combined and start that flavor building. Now, I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit, and I'm gonna let it simmer for another hour, and we'll come back and check in after the 1 hour mark, see where we're at. Here we are right at that 1 hour mark. We've got this on a nice, beautiful simmer. Hey, we're gonna check the flavor because we definitely wanna make sure we adjust it to make sure it's right where we want. So we'll give it a test. All right, we tested it. What I wanna do is add a little more seasoning in here, and I'm actually gonna add a little bit more cumin. I kind of feel like we're good. We need a little bit more, but the nice thing about it is let it cook for that first hour, then come back and adjust it for the finish, all right? Now, here is my secret of the day. We're gonna take a little bit of masa, that corn flour, and we're going to sprinkle that masa over the top, let it get wet, and then we're gonna mix it in using a whisk to make sure we break it up and we don't get any masa balls, roux balls, if you will, right? And then we're gonna keep doing this and let it cook. After you add a little bit of masa, let it cook for 5 minutes. Then we're gonna keep doing this until we get the viscosity or the thickness right where we want. But you can see it's already starting to thicken up just a little bit. So I'll keep doing this and cooking it again, like I said, 5-minute increments until we get it right where we want. Here we are right at that 1 hour mark, and we're done. We showed you how we added that masa to thicken it up and really give it a great feel. It makes it definitely like good for the soul. This pork hominy stew is just absolutely fantastic. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dish this up here real quick, and then we're gonna zoom in nice and close and show you kind of how we like to garnish this or what we like to serve it with. Hey, you get a drip, don't worry about it. You just wipe it off. But I'll tell you what, we're gonna do a little bit of crema, a little bit of fresh cilantro, and some tortilla as well. Don't forget, you can grab today's recipe by visiting our friends at Colorado Proud's website. And then thanks so much to Colorado Proud and the Colorado Department of Agriculture and Colorado Pork Producers. We hope you enjoyed today's recipe, and happy cooking.